I have a lot of apps, and with those apps, they come with like free desserts and free birthday rewards. So I could go over there and literally get like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 desserts for free. That cookie was huge. That cookie was the size of my head. They covered that whole thing in icing, and then they put what looked like just a crumbled up piece of red velvet cake on top. It baffled me. I was like, I'm kind of jealous because I'm over here getting this little tub of peach cobbler, and this guy's got a behemoth of a cookie. We've been going strong with the dessert talk this week. We might as well turn this into a dessert episode.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty stinking good. Chris, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. Super stinking fantastic. Excited.
Good to hear.
Yeah. I was witnessing to a guy on the job site this morning, and I told him, he goes, all right, man. So I got to ask, why are you super stinking fantastic? I said, well, I'm not just super stinking fantastic. I'm probably one of the richest guys I know with no money in the bank. Although I have a little, it's not what makes me rich, right? And he started asking me a lot of questions. I ended up testifying about my stroke and a couple of other things. And then he started telling me about how he felt it was important to have a relationship with God. And that gave us an opportunity to talk about how that begins. And,
That's awesome.
That makes for a very, very good day.
Yes, it does.
Yep. So what about you?
Well, it's, today was my Monday, so take that as you may.
Right.
However, the type of person you are, whether you like Mondays or you're not a fan of Mondays.
I couldn't care less whether it was Monday. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it wasn't too bad at all. We aren't too busy over here, so just getting into the groove of things, getting into this week.
Sure.
Which is already going to be kind of, the weeks go by quick when they're only 4 days, I will say.
Yeah, they do.
Doing a 4-day work week rather than 5.
Yes, they do. Marvelous.
But overall, really good. Good weekend. Good.
Yes.
Lots and lots of traveling for me.
Man, you were burning up the miles this past weekend.
I think we traveled a total of 12 hours in the car. Over a 3-day period, so there was some space.
3 days. Yep. That's a lot. And
it was
a lot in between that driving, those long periods of driving.
Especially whenever you have a 1-year-old in the car. It can make things a little bit tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are troopers, no doubt about it. I'm proud of you.
But we had a good time. It was fun. We got to see you. We got to come hang out with you. Thank you for the accommodations. It was short but sweet. And we enjoyed that kind of little getaway and just getting out this weekend. It's always fun, especially, whenever we're able to go explore and travel and do new fun activities. Not too much of that this time because, like I was saying, it was short and sweet, but got to spend time together, go to church and enjoy a church down there in Denver, Colorado, which is a fun time. And
yes, it's Flatirons, right?
Oh yeah, Flatirons Community Church down in Aurora, Colorado. Shout out to you guys. It's actually the second time Tiffany and I have gone with you, which is crazy to say.
And the second time I've gone.
I know, yeah. They must be doing something right.
I would have to agree with you. And this past Sunday was no exception to that rule. It was good. I really enjoyed it. Not just the singing and the worship and the opportunity to lift God up corporately with several hundred other people. What did they have in there? Probably 300 people in that church.
I want to say
that's one of several services on a Sunday. That shows. That's a lot. Then on top of that, the word was good. The preached word was fantastic.
The worship,
insightful, and so that was really fun. And then got to go to lunch with you guys. Always fun. Always. I just got my first Glizzy. Do you know what that is?
Your first. Yeah. People, you got to be careful saying stuff like that on the internet. People will take that in weird ways.
This lady told me that's what it was called.
Okay, go on. So what is a Glizzy to you?
Well, so this hot dog stand was on the side of the road while Aspen and I were jogging, And I jogged by it. I, said hello to the proprietor and one of the guests that were out there getting glizzy, I guess. but but I jogged by and it smelled so good. I turned around. I got to the end of the corner, turned around, and came back and said, "Man, those smell like hot dogs, but they smell like they're beef hot dogs." And she said, "Yes, they are, but I've got something better." And I said, "Oh, really? And what is that?" She told me it was a glizzy, and then it was a beef sausage that was chopped into small open-faced sections and then put on a bun and with usually with bacon. I told her no bacon for me. But and then it had two eggs, cooked eggs placed on it, and then cheese. And
Wow. So it was a
put
breakfast hot dog.
yes, as a matter of fact, it was. And that's what she called it, was a breakfast sandwich. And she said
Mm.
that she's been selling all over this part of Denver, and she said for the for the past several weeks, people have been leaving her stand saying, "Dude, you ought to taste one of these glizzies," and they're all saying it like it's apparently part of whatever this is.
Interesting. Well,
I would have called it a
a
breakfast sandwich.
glizzy is a hot dog, but
Yeah,
glizzy's a weird word on the internet because it can be taken a multitude of ways. You can get multiple
yeah,
references to
yeah,
glizzy, but
yeah.
yeah, the main premise behind glizzy is a hot dog. So
Well,
whatever you do, never call yourself a glizzy gobbler. Just don't do it. Don't ever say it.
what?
Don't bring it up after I said it because it's just not a good thing to say on the internet
Okay,
and
then
live
I
with
won't
you
ever do
forever.
it. I won't ever do it. It's kind of funny, but I guess it didn't. I could see where some of the world may get perverted with this kind of stuff, right?
That they
Yeah,
do. That they
yeah,
do. And with that, should we just move right on and introduce ourselves?
absolutely,
Okay. Well, would you like to start it off this time?
dude. This is your show. You need to make sure that everybody knows who you are, and I'll come and
Oh well, okay. I can do it for the both of us. How about that? How about
that'll work.
we'll
That'll work.
uh we'll introduce it. So also, obviously, welcome to this week's episode of Duo Jive. Whether you're tuning in for the first
Welcome.
time or have somehow survived all 36 episodes so far, seriously, thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Welcome to Wyoming's #1 podcast for questionable advice, accidental wisdom, and deeply unnecessary storytelling. And with that, you have the hosts, both Noah and Mr. Chris over here.
Yeah. I've had people call me Mr. Chris. That's funny that you say it that way because
Mr.
guys at
Chris.
work, yeah, they refer to me that way. But yeah, Chris
Noah and
Chronicle.
Chris. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Pleasure to
Noah
meet
and
you.
Chris and the co-hosts of the one and only. I think we're the only duo jive out there. I don't think there's another one. But we're definitely the #1 duo jive podcast for Wyoming. That's for
right
sure.
on. Right on. Yeah. And having a lot of fun doing it. We've gotten some wonderful responses from some people. And
Mm.
that's always a pleasure to hear some responses from people, both good and bad. Really, I enjoy hearing them, but for some reason, we're always getting really good responses. So I'll take it. Yeah.
Before we get into it, of course, make sure to check us out on Instagram and TikTok. Drop a comment on whatever you want to hear next and follow us. Make sure to shoot a subscribe on whatever or wherever you're listening in on. It would be greatly appreciated.
Yep. Whatever
And
you're
with
listening in.
that, we can move right on to what you or how your week was, Chris. You asked me earlier. I kind of went into detail
Sure.
on my week.
Sure.
How was your weekend?
Sure. My week was fantastic. Of course, it started off with being able to fellowship with you, Tiff, and Lincoln, but and which was magnificent. The service was really good, hanging out and
Mm-hmm.
but work Monday morning for me anyway. It's never a Monday. I don't know why. It's I just show up and it's just another day, right? It doesn't matter whether it's one Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Although I did have a guy today at work when I asked him how I was doing, he said, "Well, for Monday, it's awesome." I said, "You realize today's not Monday?" And he goes, "Well, it seems like a Monday." What exactly
Oof,
doesn't
that's really bad.
well,
That's
I
scary if
guess
your Tuesdays or Mondays.
that's what he called it. And I'm thinking, well, what does a Monday feel like exactly? So how would I know if today felt like a Monday to me, for example? But no, that's only
Mm-hmm.
because for the past 16 years I've been doing 7/12s, 7 days a week, 12-hour days, doing turnarounds, and so every day feels like a Tuesday or a Monday or a
Putting in that
Sunday.
work. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it all blends together.
it does. It really
Especially
does.
if you're working a night shift. Whenever you're working a night shift, you forget week it is. You forget what day, what week, what time
Yep,
it is. You're just
yep,
in the flow of things until they say,
yep.
"Oh, you can go home.
Yeah,
You no longer have to be here."
yeah, that's funny, but I can totally see that. Nonetheless, it's just been a really good week so far, and
Good. Glad to hear it.
it usually is for me anyway, right? You know that. I mean, I don't fortunately I don't have bad days. I'm sure there is something that might make me admit some days are better or worse than others, but so far I haven't seen them, and I just enjoy the fact that
Well,
that I
when you
thanks
have
God.
better when you have more better days or more good days, that's always a good thing. When the
Yeah,
better days outweigh the bad days.
yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah, they do.
But
Yeah, it's funny. What about you?
I just found something out.
What?
The our movement towards 50 subscribers or I guess followers on TikTok
Thank you.
has gone up. We have gotten closer to 50 followers on TikTok. We are now at 30, I believe. So we're only 20 away rather than I think
Mm,
we were at 27. So moving
all
on
right,
up. Not
all
nothing
right.
crazy, but
Yeah,
we're getting there slow and steady. So greatly appreciate the follows on that. I've talked about it in previous episode. I actually announced it in the previous episode. When we get to 50 subscribers on TikTok, we can go live with you guys on whoever's listening
yep,
and chat
yep,
it up live and in person. Maybe not in person,
yes.
but on iPad or iPhone or in ear, whatever you're watching us on or on TV. But we're getting closer. We're moving right along. And once we get there, we'll be able to test out the waters with some live streaming. And
Now,
yeah, it's just exciting stuff.
now, shouldn't we bring our 50th subscriber into the podcast?
I mean, I haven't
Don't
thought
think
about
about it
that.
too hard.
That'd be something that we'd have to bring up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's something we'd have to
yeah,
bring up and
yeah,
talk about and chat about.
yeah.
That'd be an
I'm just
idea.
thinking. I'm just thinking. Now we can't put it out too strongly because then everybody may wait to be the 50th. And
And
by
we
the way,
lose
I was is
all momentum.
right. But I mean, we're at the 30 on what platform?
TikTok.
Okay. On TikTok, we're at 30. All right. Well, I mean, put it out there that if somebody's the 50th subscriber, right, they would need to be a subscriber. Or are we looking for
Follower.
follower? Okay, fair enough. 50th follower on TikTok, we'd bring them into the show. Had let them call in at a certain time and then have a little conversation with them about why they became our 50th follower.
Now,
Something to think about and have some fun with.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I love you here. I love you, but you just showed your age. I hope you know that.
Okay. And what is I
You said
okay.
call in.
Well, I mean, they would
That's
call us
not a
on the
thing. You join a live stream. You can send them an invite and they can join the live stream or they can join the podcast. But call in. I mean, that's pretty old school right there.
well, it is because I mean, everybody knows that I got my start in radio, 35, almost
That's
40
true.
years. I mean,
So that's radio slang.
yeah, it is, and I'm still a big fan of that. By the way, just the idea of doing it in the show, in the podcast, would just be a blast. But
Mm,
we may not be able to do that at this time. I don't know. Something to think about.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think so.
Fascinating. 50th follow.
Hmm.
50th.
Which isn't much, but that is the requirement that needs to be met in order to be
Lot.
able to live stream on TikTok. Yes.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
since we
And
were together this weekend, we had some time to spend together, and one of those things that we were able to do was try some desserts together.
well, you got to get to the desserts. You don't want to waste much more time on that, huh? Okay, fine. But yes, we did. As a matter of fact, we got to try some really great desserts.
Yes. Yeah, we
Actually,
did.
honestly, within the past 4 days, I've tried three truly phenomenal desserts.
Wait, after we left?
Well, no, I
Oh,
don't
in the
think so.
past. Okay, so yeah, including the day we were there. So on Sunday.
Including the day you were here and the day before you were here. Or was it 2 days before you were here? If you remember, a couple days before you came, I sent you a text about being at BJ's.
BJ's Brew House, I remember. And you didn't tell
Yes.
me anything that what you experienced. You just said that you were attending. So this
Yeah,
is
that's
all going to be news to me.
well, news to you and to our listeners slash viewers, but I did because we talked about it quite a few times, or at least two or three times before I went, right? And I only went because I was in the area visiting the eye doctor. And I saw on my map app that BJ's was literally right around the corner. So it's like, I know where I'm going.
Right there.
Yep, absolutely. Since I was there. So I went in there and realized I've been to BJ's before. I have been to BJ's, and I don't know where it was, but I have been to a
You have,
BJ's.
okay.
Yeah, but I did not have a before. I did not have their desserts that they're supposedly world famous for.
The famous Pazuki.
Exactly. And so because I was in the area and wanted to go to BJ's for this very reason, I also got a little bit of spaghetti. So I ate some, and
Okay.
the funny thing is it was a special that they had, and then probably a lunchtime deal. But you know, you get your spaghetti and the chicken parmesan, and a drink and a Pazuki for $13, and it's like, well, why it's so cheap? But okay, I'll do it, and it was enjoyable. The portions were fantastic, and I got a Pazuki, and I loved the Pazuki. FYI,
And what flavor Pazuki did you get?
so I got the caramel. I got a caramel Pazuki. It
Just the
wasn't
classic caramel Pazuki with
Yes.
like vanilla ice cream?
Yes, I did. And I mean, I wanted it to be, well, you know, the cookie was supposed to be pretty substantial, according to my waiter. And so I knew it was going to be a good combo. And it indeed was. Matter of fact, the caramel, because of the ice cream, turned hard kind of on the cookie. So when I, you know, broke it up and devoured it, it was good. It was really good. So thank you for that tip.
Sounds good. I'm not even a fan of caramel. I did they not have the Dubai Pazuki that I spoke about previously?
I didn't see it. And you know, I should have asked.
Okay, so it may have been a seasonal. Well, it may have been a seasonal. I was worried about that, that it was a seasonal thing and that we were already discontinued or kind of moved on past. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not because Dubai's still pretty popular and they might keep that going as long as Dubai continues to pop off.
Well, I was going to say Dubai is extremely popular, you know, and not in
Even
small
now.
circles. Yeah. So it might be just because I didn't see an advertisement out there, or and didn't see it in the list of Pazookies. So I just and I saw caramel. Caramel was the very first one that was on the list, and you know me, I'm a caramel freak. So when I saw that caramel, I just thought about that's what I just the waiter was didn't even have to wait for me to find what I was going to do, right? But either way, it was freaking awesome. I really want to try the Dubai chocolate now that you've mentioned it.
You're
And
gonna have to
might
go
go
back
back. Might
if
go
they
back.
still have it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one of the things I'll no doubt do. And that is
Okay, so you
dessert
said
number
that.
one.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna ask. So that was kind of your main dessert. Are these next few honorable missions? Are these next few honorable mentions, or are they kind of just as high up on the dessert week tasting of the week type of deal?
Well, so the next dessert that I had was actually on there were several. And this is stepping into your territory, and I think you want to talk about what we did Sunday morning. Huh? Am I
You can
right?
introduce it.
Well,
I do.
well,
I
I
do have a couple.
okay. Well, so if I'm not mistaken, yours are going to be in this grouping, but we went to Parlor Donuts, which I had never heard of, and then we went to Voodoo back to back, so we could try them out and compare. And
Taste
that was
test comparison. And that was
absolutely
not initially intentional, but it turned
no,
out to be that way.
yeah, that's correct. And I didn't dislike it at all. As a matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, you, Tiff, Lincoln, and I all four really liked it, all of it.
Yeah, so that's funny because I'm curious to see what you think of my review, my opinion on it, because I was kind of debating. Like you tasted a few desserts this week. We went to Parlor Donuts and Voodoo Donuts, both of which they're both special in their own way. And between these two donut shops, I don't know if you guys are familiar out there with, I don't know if these are just northern. I think there's Voodoo. They're pretty popular. I mean, they're over in Universal in Orlando, and
Yep.
they're in Denver, and they're at the airport. So they have a few locations, and they probably are pretty popular. But then Parlor Donuts, they seem to be popping off. I'm not sure if they're Denver based or if they're kind of growing or branching out, but their donuts are almost like a hybrid between croissant and donut. And they're called layered donuts. So they're very airy, very flaky, almost the outside is almost like a crunch, like a croissant, but then they top it
Yep.
off with donut toppings.
Yep.
And that
And a lot
one
of glaze.
that one, Voodoo, and then we also had some other desserts, but between the 2 donuts, that was my highest rated. My top
Really?
dessert of this week was 2 the two parlor layered, fashion layered, I don't know, old-fashioned layered donuts. Those 2 that I had, which was the strawberry cheese or strawberry shortcake, and then and then I had the maple bacon. Those 2 donuts, for some reason, I, like, look back and I'm like, "Those were so good," and I was such a fan of the airiness of them and the crunch on the outside. In my
Yeah.
opinion, they were way better than the traditional donut along with Voodoo, even Voodoo,
It
I
was
would
even
probably
better
rank
than
it
voodoo.
Parlor Donuts and then Voodoo underneath. Yes, it was even better than Voodoo.
Well, and in all fairness, voodoo hasn't really been known for being a great donut. You know, they're a
It's
niche.
about the experience with them.
Yes, and it's not the greatest experience in the world either. So for if you're listening,
You're not a fan?
voodoo donuts, huh?
You're not a fan?
No. Well, and I was just getting ready to explain, a lot of people know about voodoo and how it got so popular so fast. I'm not sure. The first place we had one was at Universal Studios, was it not?
I think so. The first time we tried Voodoo was at the Orlando
Yeah.
one,
Yeah,
Universal Orlando.
and they were good, but it was for some reason the name stuck and made the experience of a voodoo donut memorable. And I don't remember it being all that too great of a donut then, and I'm even more convinced that it's not too great of a donut now. It's again the experience. They have a variety of donuts that seem unorthodox, if you will, and even
Mhm.
have some
That's
some
kind of their
even
niche.
yeah, and even have some shaped in the not great ways. However, the donut I got would have been a really good donut someplace else. I didn't like it that morning. Me. But
So it was an average donut with a
yeah,
slightly enhanced experience, and overall it just didn't compare. So are you saying you like Parlor more?
yeah, regrettably.
Regrettably. So you
Yeah,
still don't like Parlor. You don't like
well,
donuts.
so it was my first time to ever have a parlor donut, a layered donut. And
Mhm.
that's what this was called, was it not? The layered donut?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it was a
Yeah.
layered donut. I would put it in the realm of cronut. Like if anyone out there is familiar with cronuts, a croissant donut mix, that's kind of what it was like, but it had a twist. It had its own parlor kind of twist to it,
And
which in my
maybe the
opinion worked. You don't agree?
no, I don't. But don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm not open-minded. I'm open-minded. I was willing to try it and give it a chance, but it's,
That's good.
out
Yeah, you give it a
in a
shot.
in a scale of 1 to 10, it probably sits at about a 3 or 4.
Compared to, so what would you put as a your top donut? I should
Well,
ask.
okay, so my top donut
As a
is
reference,
going
as a reference.
as a reference, absolutely. Well, and I'm about 99% certain they're still open, but it's a place called Yankee Doodle Donuts in Magnolia, Texas, which is right outside of Houston. But I think my in-laws, when they owned Yankee Doodle, they started it. I was, fortunately there at the time that they started it, and able to enjoy them for a long time after. They they freaking nailed it. Just nailed it. Their glazed donuts were, in my opinion, extremely comparable to Krispy Kreme, which is one of my top donuts. But their apple fritter
So
was
there you
die
go.
for.
That would be the niche behind Yankee Doodle. It doesn't have the nationwide, it's not known nationwide, which kind of limits it. pretty significantly. So it's more, I would consider that in the realm of mom and pop, like just the local
Yes.
donut shop, right?
Yes.
And
And
that
yes.
makes complete sense. Those sometimes are the best. But then you brought up Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme is known worldwide. And that one,
Yes.
you're saying that's your top other than this mom and pop joint? Yankee
Absolutely.
Doodle?
Well, okay, so really, can you possibly? Is it possible that you could actually get a better donut than the one coming off the conveyor belt that's been just freshly cooked and glazed right before your very eyes?
Nope. No, that's truly something special.
Yeah, and it's an experience first, and then secondly, their donuts are sensational, and I mean the sensation part of
That
it.
is very true. I
Yeah.
think I think you're right. I think whenever it comes to a donut, I'm definitely with you. I'm on board with Krispy Kreme being like nationwide
Yes.
donut shop.
Yes.
Krispy Kreme tops it. Krispy
Yes.
Kreme is top of the line, but
Yes.
Parlor Donuts was unique in a way that I liked. And then it had
Yes.
me later on that day and the next day, it had me thinking about it like, that was a good donut. I would do that again. Compared to Voodoo, it was like, that was a cool experience. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
If we go back in the future, okay, cool. But I'm
Would
not
you?
actively looking for it like
Okay.
I am with Parlor.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's why Parlor would be my top.
Top of all?
No, not top of all, but the top dessert of that this weekend.
Okay. 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 So the weekend, if I'm taking the whole weekend into account, no, there's no way it comes close to top. It's going to be like number 3 on the list out of 4.
Okay.
Number.
So then that would be an honorable mention. So what's your top dessert then? Are you saving it for last? Was it the Pizookie or
Well, my top dessert this weekend, it's going to have to be the Pazuki. Then my second dessert, my second favorite dessert, was what we got at Andy's, and it was your brainchild.
Andy's? So you're talking about Andy's frozen custard.
I am talking about Andy's frozen custard. Yes, and
Man, you can't go
it
wrong
was.
with the Andy's frozen custard.
You
So
really can't. Although we
what
almost
is it?
did. We almost did. Right. Well,
You think?
it was. Well, I
You don't
think it
think
was
we went
the.
overboard?
Well, it was close. Right. It was okay. So there are desserts that are delicious. Right. Just delicious. But more than one bite or 2 bites is too much. Am I wrong?
Just
Am
too
I wrong?
sweet? You mean like there's just some
Well,
desserts
it's yeah,
that you
too
can't.
rich, too
The
sweet,
sweetness is too
too
much.
sweet and rich. Yeah, just it was wow. So Andy's has probably,
This
in
was
my
one of them.
opinion, I'm sorry, what was it?
Carry on.
Well, I mean, Andy's has nearly perfect yogurt, custard, nearly perfect custard, right?
Custard.
Yeah. So they have nearly perfect custard. It's rich and it's delicious. If you just want a frozen custard by itself, it's usually good enough, even for the major sweet tooth like mine that's always looking for gobs of caramel or gobs, whatever, right? But then on top of that, they had butter cookie.
Cookie butter. Biscoff.
Yes, there you go. Cookie. I was really reaching for it, couldn't find it, but cookie butter, Biscoff cookie butter on top of that, as if that wasn't enough. And you came up with the idea to turn it into a, what did you turn it into?
Jackhammer.
A jackhammer. In the Andy's terms, that is an ice cream that has something in the center of it. Yeah, you need to describe that.
Yep. Well, you nailed it. A jackhammer is basically just a custard, with flavoring or whatever you decide to put in it. And then in the center, they stuff it with whatever, a multitude of different fillings. And we got the cookie butter crunch custard, and then we turned it into a jackhammer and then added more cookie butter. And that's why you say it was probably too sweet because it was basically just sweetness overload with just cookie butter.
Well, the frozen custard would have been amazing by itself. Added the Biscoff cookie butter to the ice cream in the way they mix stuff, right? And then on top of that, you had the brainchild of sticking a big glob of cookie butter right in the middle of it. And it was and so it's one of those things that's real
That was a
it's
lot.
so good. It's so good you can hardly describe it, right? It's one of those things where, you're taking a bite and it's like, "Oh my goodness, I can't really tell you how delicious this is." But it's so good, so rich and so sweet and so much that it's almost too much and too difficult to take more than about 2 bites of. And that was my description
And
of it.
yet that was still your top dessert of the week?
Second top. My first top was the
The one with
Pizookie.
the top?
It was the Pizookie.
The Pizookie, that's right. Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Fair
and
enough.
my face is definitely showing it. Every time I look in the mirror now, I'm like, dude, I'm a 60-year-old fat guy now, and it's been a little difficult for me to come to terms with.
Don't you want another one though?
No, I don't. However, the Pizookie was just freaking amazing, and partly because it was caramel, partly was because it was a hot cookie with caramel on top of it, with ice cream on top of it, and it was just amazingly delicious. It's hard to
Mm.
explain, and I'm wishing now I had seen whether or not they had the Dubai chocolate Pizookie because that probably would have been amazing.
Well, it just sounds like you're gonna have to go back and try it out.
I most certainly am going to have to. As a matter of fact, my glasses come in either this week or at the beginning of next week, and when they get here, I'm going over there.
There we go.
Yep.
Get it before it's gone, if it is limited edition.
Yeah, I maybe need to reach out to see whether or not it's one of the things that are offered. But yes,
All right. I think I what's that?
we've talked about food a lot, but I like it.
We have, and I was gonna finish strong with just kind of agreeing with you. I think the cookie butter Andes was too strong. I think or too much, and that's crazy for me to say because I am a cookie butter fiend and I'm a
Yes,
custard fiend, and putting those
yes,
together, I think
yes,
what didn't help was me having donuts right prior to that. If I had just the
yes,
cookie butter custard, it probably would have been easier for me.
really.
So maybe I might need to go back and just focus on that and give it a try and maybe do like the jackhammer with some hot fudge or something. But
Hmm.
my top rated dessert was definitely Parlor donuts. Those donuts were just something special. They were unique. Voodoo was fun, but it's voodoo. I agree. It's got a questionable theming to it. And then the custard was a little bit overwhelming. So overall, good desserts, fun desserts, a great week for dessert ratings. And oh yeah, I guess I should rate them. That's actually a good thing to do.
Well,
We should probably both rate them.
you've got it, but you still have to add your last desserts.
Oh yeah, you're right. They flew under the radar. So there was two, one of which was peach cobbler at this place
Yes,
called the Peach Cobbler Factory,
yes,
located in Aurora, Colorado. That
yes,
place, I didn't know what to expect. I walked in there thinking, is this like a cheesecake factory type of deal, to where it's a restaurant?
right?
No, it's literally just a place that serves peach cobbler
It's
and
dessert.
brownies and snacks and desserts.
Yes,
Yes, literally just
yes,
desserts, and their
yes,
theme is peach cobblers or
yeah.
cobblers, and you can get them customized. That was really good. That was your classic old-fashioned peach cobbler that you're gonna get after a Sunday afternoon at grandma's house.
Oh, wait
That
a
was
minute.
good stuff.
You didn't just get a peach cobbler though.
Well, I got the mango peach cobbler, so it had mango chunks in it. But it's
Hello.
still, I mean, overall, it was still pretty. The peach chunk, the mango chunks were anticlimactic to the point to where they could easily be forgotten about. The peach definitely still stole the show. Like it took over. I didn't get anything
Yeah.
special like a strawberry cobbler. I got the classic peach cobbler with mango chunks on top, which was still good, but it was a classic. Like that's not my go-to. I figured I'd give it a shot. I enjoyed it, but it didn't stand a chance compared to the special parlor donuts,
Oh, really?
the cronuts.
Well, and a peach cobbler is not what you're gonna order. Anyway,
No,
who's gonna go looking for a peach cobbler?
people
Prob-
that go to Peach Cobbler Factory, that's it.
yeah, but that's a relatively new experience, and people obviously are doing that now. But who I don't think I don't, dude. I have never ordered a peach cobbler at a restaurant.
Yeah,
Have you?
that's why there's not many on the menu because people don't. I mean, it's surprising whenever I go to a restaurant and they still have regular cheesecake. It's like, how many people are actually ordering? I guess they need some dessert on their menu, and that's the easiest one because they can just throw in a couple in the fridge and slice them up and hand them out in
Maybe so.
comparison to making a specialty dessert. But overall, Peach Cobbler Factory was good. And then what's the other dessert you were talking about? Is it the one that you ordered?
Yes, yes, that's it.
So I have a story for you on that. First of all,
Oh, really?
I should have recorded it. I should have recorded it for you guys because when I tell you we pulled up to this peach cobbler factory, we walked in, we I got myself a peach cobbler. Chris over here decides that he's gonna get a cookie at a peach cobbler factory. I don't get that or why they serve that, but
Well, in my defense, right, there was a logical reason at play there. First, I was so full I couldn't even see straight. My stomach hurt. I was almost miserable. We're walking into a peach cobbler factory or a dessert factory, and as if that wasn't enough, all they had on the menu was cobblers, and I think they had some ice creams, a couple of ice creams, and they had
yes, they had ice
yeah,
cream to go on the pot on.
yeah, and then they had cookies. And you know, if
Cookies.
you're going to Subway and you order a cookie, that's an enjoyable experience, and it's a manageable experience. You're going to get full when you go to Subway. Getting a cookie to top
Mhm.
it all off like a dessert for you to tame your sweet tooth. Okay, that's logical. But no, they send out a plate-sized cookie with whipped topping
When
all
I
over
said, well, yeah, well, dude, that cookie was huge.
it.
That cookie was the size of my head. It was huge. And then they covered that whole thing in icing, and then they put
Yes,
what looked like just a crumbled up piece of red velvet cake on top.
yes,
Just
yes,
massive crumbled chunks of red velvet, and
yes,
it baffled me. I was
yeah.
like, I'm kind of jealous because I'm over here getting this little tub of peach cobbler, and this guy's got a behemoth of a cookie.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. I
I should
mean,
have recorded it. It was
it
great.
it would have been I was expecting a cookie the size of your cup that you got your peach cobbler in. And
Me
but
too.
and that would have been manageable. But when I saw that cookie,
Hmm.
my stomach said, "Dude,
This is not what I thought it would be.
not now, not
That's a
today,
that's a
not
feast.
even tomorrow."
Well, I want to say thank you because originally you were just gonna leave it there. You were
I
you
would
weren't you
yeah.
weren't feeling it, and I was
Nope.
like, I can't do the cookie either. But they did. They wrapped it to go, and they even threw it in a bag. And I'm thinking, I'm not. I don't want to just let it go to waste. And not that I necessarily want to eat it because of that, but
I
then
was
I
willing
started
to.
thinking I was thinking, I was like, what could I do with this? And then I got the bright idea. So
Yes.
I brought it home with me. Originally, I was thinking about eating it on the way home, but I was full the rest of the day from everything we ate and made it
Okay.
home and realized my birthday is in a couple days. And what am I going to do on my birthday? I'm going to eat as much as possible because
Sure.
it's my birthday
Sure.
and to celebrate for myself. And so I was like, what better way than to start by putting this cookie in the fridge and leaving it in there for a couple days. That way it is nice and ready to go for breakfast tomorrow morning, which is my birthday. So thank you. You preemptively got me my breakfast for my birthday. My birthday
Happy birthday.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
very excited for that. I've been thinking about it all week. Every time I open the fridge, I'm like, oh yeah, there's that cookie. It's huge. I need to take a photo of it
That is
just so you
hilarious.
guys know a reference. Because Peach Cobbler Factory, I don't think there's many locations, if there's any, other than just this one, just this one.
I don't know how it's
So
even possible there could be another one because I've never heard of them before.
yeah, I've never heard of them either. So being that this is pretty niche, these cookies are special. They're something special, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You could go
Yep.
there, and if you're
Yeah.
wanting a
Too much.
big cookie, they'll do the job.
And being next door to what was it, Waldo's?
Now Waldo's was just dinner. That wasn't anything crazy.
Right. That's correct. But I mean, I was already full from our overindulgence of donuts, then the Andy's
Custard,
experience, then Waldo's,
then
and
Waldo's,
that
which was just
yeah,
chicken and beer. That was a
yeah,
very unhealthy day, wasn't it?
very unhealthy but delicious. And is
Delicious, yeah.
right. But I was so full that I was just going to leave the cookie right there on the seat, not on the seat, but at the table where we were sitting. And you brought it back to the table, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh, nope, not doing that. Nope, 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 no. And so, thankfully, you took it off my hands.
Oh yeah,
It's
that I
it's
am and that I will here shortly. It's becoming my
yeah,
highlight for some reason.
yeah. All right, all right. Well, and since tomorrow is your birthday, most of our audience no doubt does not know that, but 21st is your special day, brother. Got
Mhm.
plans? Got
That it
plans
is.
besides work? Or are
Getting
you
off
going to?
early. Gonna
Oh,
celebrate. I am going to work, but I'm gonna get off early so that way I can sneak out and start eating food because that's what I apparently love to do. I'm already debating on if I'm gonna go somewhere here in town that's local, or if I get off early enough, I can leave and run over, to a nearby town where they have a lot more to offer because I have a lot of apps, and with those apps, they come with like free desserts and free
Yes, they
birthday
do.
rewards. So I
So
could go
we're
over there and literally get like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 desserts for free, or meals or snacks or whatever.
everybody's offering a free dessert or a free meal.
Hmm.
So where are you thinking about frequenting or visiting when you come
I'd
to?
probably run over to Laramie, something nearby.
That's good. That's good.
Close enough to where it's not crazy, especially because we have a pretty big trip coming up in literally a week after tomorrow of my birthday, a week from my birthday, that
Yes.
we're pinching pennies for. And then
Yes.
also it's not too crazy on Lincoln traveling too far as well. So just a quick in and out.
So Laramie,
Laramie. Nothing crazy. Just like you probably TGI or Freddy's,
Freddie. No,
Dairy Queen, Taco John's,
no. What's the
uh
other one? What's the other one?
Starbucks.
No, I always get a
They have
lot.
a Jersey Mike's,
No, no.
Chili's,
Chili's.
Chipotle.
Chili's is really big about birthdays, man.
They
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 are.
are. I don't know if I'll do that because I'm gonna be focusing mainly on desserts. So I was gonna go and literally just make a day out of free desserts. And if you go to Chili's, I think you have to go and sit down and order a meal, then you get the free dessert.
Well, yeah. Why
Hmm.
not? Why
Because
not?
I'm already gonna have like 6 desserts. I'm going to get a very small meal from somewhere, like a smash burger from Freddy's, and then load up on desserts, like from every place that has free offerings. If I could get a free dessert to go, I'd probably pick it up, but I think I have to go sit down, order food,
You
and all
could get
that
it to go.
stuff
You could get it to go. You
for
don't have.
free without paying for
Yeah.
anything else.
Well, I don't know if it's free or not, but I'm just saying that they whatever you if you're wanting to get something from there, they have it to go. That's for sure.
That's true. I don't want to pay for the dessert if I have to.
I see.
You see what I'm doing here? I'm
Yes, I
trying to
do.
keep it as
Yes, I do.
frugal as possible, but enjoy as much as I can because of the freebies. Like
Abs-
Starbucks, I get a free drink. Crumble, I get a free cookie. Unfortunately, there's no Crumble in Laramie, so I will have to wait until I come visit you to utilize that Crumble. But I did find out it lasts like a month, that coupon. So my free
okay.
cookie will be waiting.
And since I'm coming home this weekend, well,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I
Yeah.
could use your phone number and say I'm Noah. They probably
I
don't
might
make
have
me
you do
pull up.
that because they have a new cookie this week, which is I think I'm addicted because it's another Dubai cookie, another
Okay.
Dubai flavor, but it's in cookie form this week, and I want it. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. You know what I mean? Like it's one of
So
those like, well, okay.
so it's not the brownie?
No, it is a Dubai chocolate cookie this time. So I don't know.
Did
I don't
they
know what
not
to
have
think,
that
but
already?
no, they
Have
haven't
we
done
not
this
had
before. This is a new addition.
really?
We've done the
Hmm.
cheesecake and the brownie,
Fascinating. Okay.
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, wow. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of dessert talk. We've been going strong with the dessert talk this week. We might as well turn this into a dessert episode.
What's
But
funny is just talking about it, I'm full.
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, we really it was a mouthful of desserts and more to
Yes.
come. Very excited.
Yes.
I'll have to share with you guys the size of this cookie. Yeah, crazy stuff. Crazy, crazy stuff.
What are you gonna do? Take a picture?
Yeah, think so. I'll see what I can do to just throw it in there for all of you YouTube listeners out there. Shout out to you guys for thank you for watching and listening. But yeah, I'll try to squeeze that in there somewhere. You guys have either probably already seen it by now or will be seeing it. But that is our desserts of the week. That's a
Well,
pretty significant week on those.
I did not know that we were gonna make our show tonight about desserts and the pleasures of all the taste buds, tantalizing flavors for our taste buds, but it was indeed a good weekend to start that off, especially being able to start it off on Friday with the Pazuki, which
Yes.
was surprisingly good.
Mhm.
It blows my mind that I've never had one because I've been to BJ's before, but I, for some reason, never got one. However, yeah, starting it off with that, then doing different donuts. I enjoyed the variety. In other words, as stated, we went to Parlor
Parlor.
and then to Voodoo, both of which have kind of unique things about them. Voodoo being more of a traditional donut, obviously, just in a lot of different flavors and designs.
Exotic flavors, yeah,
Yeah,
traditional donut.
yeah. Parlor was an enjoyable experience by virtue of the fact that I've never had a flaky donut before or
I
a
think you're gonna
layered.
come around to it. I have a feeling you're gonna sleep on it a couple more nights, and then you're gonna wake up going, "That donut sounds pretty good," especially if you were to take it and show it to, has that ever been something that you've brought into work or received at work? Would that
Nope.
would it wig the guys out at work if you were to bring it in and be like, "Look at these donuts," and then be like, "That's not a donut."
No doubt. And we got six, correct? Six
We
donuts was
did, yes, we got
yeah,
6
six
donuts.
donuts was like $30. So it's not,
Was it? Oh, man, yeah, it was, huh?
so I don't know if I would ever spend $30 on donuts for the guys. Sorry, I like them, but they're not that important to me.
That's fair. That's
If any,
completely fair.
right? And if any of the guys
If anything,
at
they're gonna
work,
get that $1 Krispy Kreme dozen, that's the extent of it.
well, I don't know about $1 for a dozen, but Krispy Kreme's dozen is what, about $12? They're
Yeah,
about
usually
they're about
16,
12,
12 to
12
16.
12 to 15 or $16. So that's half what I would pay for six donuts at Parlor. And so for that, now, I guess, just like a box of crumbles, it's funny because a box of crumble cookies, which is six donuts or six cookies, a box of crumbles donuts are going to go a long way because number one, any one cookie is almost too much for most people. Not for you or I, but for most people, right? And then
Mhm. So that's why
on
you get
top
the
of that,
cookie cutter.
yeah, and then on top of that, they sell the cookie cutter, and we're able to cut them into six pieces, and they're really enjoyable that way. Parlor's not that experience, although maybe they should consider, since they are a niche donut place, right? Selling these large niche donuts, it would just have to be a taller cutter than the cookie cutter is, you know. So
Maybe. I don't know.
it's
With those, I don't know if they'll work the same like a cookie will.
it's
Because with the
well,
cookie, it retains its shape, it retains its toppings and everything like that. When you cut into this donut, what's going to happen? The toppings, the icing, it's hard. It's going to all crumple and break and then fall. It's going to be brittle, so it'll fall off. And then whenever you crush down on the donut, on the layered donut, it'll actually lose its air. It'll lose its flakiness. So I don't know if that'll work.
do you think so? Okay.
I do. I was thinking about that whenever we were there, thinking about the idea of cutting it and just it loses its appeasement of being, this light, airy, very full, flaky donut with this crispy topping or uh
So
brittle topping, if you will.
if your knife is super sharp, okay, I got a couple of them in the drawer. I'll just take that with me, right? If I ever take some parlors, and then cut them with a really sharp knife. They're not gonna. There's not like they're gonna fold into a crumpled mess. I don't believe if the
You're gonna have
knife.
to prove it.
I'm just thinking this is worthy of a try, right?
Okay,
So
prove it.
in that case, I would get a half a dozen of them, cut them up, and then if they're a cuttable, we'd need to try that out first and then make them available to the guys. That could be an experience. It could be a good experience.
Possibly.
So we
Still
have,
$30 for six is crazy outrageous after you said it. So take that with a grain of salt. If you guys go and
well,
check out
we paid,
Parlor Donuts, just be wary.
yes, it is, it's pricey. It's $28, 28 and some change. That's what it was. Right. And then it was asking for a tip, which every restaurant does now, but, um, $28 roughly for six donuts is a lot, but it was also the price. It was the same price for six donuts from
Voodoo.
Voodoo. So Voodoo was the same.
Yeah, Voodoo was similar.
And you have to wonder why would I do that, right? Um,
Mhm.
but if Parlor now the one that it was there was one that he said was like a cinnamon roll. I don't remember whether or not
Sandy
I
Beach.
tried any of that. Yeah, Sandy Beach. I don't know if I tried any of that, but I'm a little
I don't know if you did
tempted
either.
to try it out. And then if it cuts,
See,
make it
that's what I wanna hear.
that would make it even better.
Now you're already coming around. You're already coming around to the donuts. I think whenever we come down again, we're gonna have to do a second opinion taste test where we go down, we get a different flavor we haven't tried the first time, and we give it a second go around, and then you let me know your thoughts. I'll let you know mine. Who knows? I might not like it as much. You might like it more, but
Yeah,
just a second go around
yeah,
never hurts.
yeah, absolutely.
Second opinion.
Yeah. In the meantime, number one for me was the Pazuki, and it was about a nine, 8.5, 9 out of a 10. Number
So that
two,
was the highest rated.
yes. Number two was Andy's, and the thing that made it not a 10 or a 9 would have to be that it's too rich, right? But the flavor was just, I mean, just freaking amazing, right? It was good, and that's an
Hmm.
8. That's about an 8 for me. And then the third would have to be the what did we else did we do? It was so it
Andes
was what was it?
or Voodoo
No,
Parlor,
no. So
and
it's Parlor,
then
Voodoo, Andy's. Voodoo didn't rate anything for me. It was about a 5 or a 4. But there was something else that we got.
you didn't have anything at the you weren't able to. I mean, you can rate it if you want, but the cookie at Peach Cobbler Factory.
I can't rate it. Sorry, didn't try it out. As far as size goes, on a day that I'm hungry, it was about a 9. But on a day that I'm not hungry, it was a 2. That's just me though. What about you?
Well, I think mine definitely has to go Parlor Donuts at the top, which shocked me in a way, especially afterwards. At the moment, it was very good, very fun, very delicious. I at the moment I'd probably rate it a little bit lower, but as time went on, I'd probably rate it a little bit higher. I'd probably give it now the later rating in a 7.6, 7.6 from Parlor Donuts. Voodoo would
Okay.
be directly underneath that, probably like a 6, maybe
Wait, 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 wait,
6.5,
wait.
somewhere in that
Wait. So
range.
so Parlor was how much? 6,
7.6.
7.6, and 2 was what? The second your second favorite dessert this weekend was?
Voodoo Oh, I'm sorry, no, the Voodoo was not second.
Yeah.
The second donut place we went to, Voodoo, was a 6.5. The second dessert that the honorable mentions, which were both the Voodoo Donuts and the Andy's Cookie Butter Crunch Frozen Custard, that was probably dead on, like dead under, so 7.3, just under the Parlor Donuts. And I think it's because I overdid the cookie butter. If I had got it without the jackhammer and just got
Yep.
Cookie Butter Crunch, that would
Yep.
probably be an 8,
So take that
8 or
bit of
9.
advice if you're listening right now. Don't do the jackhammer with the cookie butter. Absolutely.
Just do a classic cookie butter at Andy's. They know what they're doing when they create these recipes. It just so
Yep.
happens.
Yep.
And give that a
Yep.
try. Give
Yep.
Parlor Donuts a try. See, let us know if you guys have some in your area. Is it popular? Is it a thing? Like, I was just like, oh, that's cool. It's a croissant donut. Got to go check it out. And discovered that they had a few locations in Denver. Decided that we'll try that and then taste test it to Voodoo or compare it to Voodoo. Two completely different experiences, even though they're both called donuts. And overall, great week on desserts. Fun week. Literally, it has become the main talking point, the only talking point for our podcast this week
It's
was
entire
just the desserts
episode.
we ate.
Yep. Yep. So sorry about
Which
that, but it was
let
a
me
full weekend.
Yes. Yeah, it was a full weekend of desserts. We should have recorded it so we had some video evidence of
Yes.
everything that we had
Yeah.
tried. I
Yep.
do have a few videos. I could probably sneak them in here or there.
Yep.
So keep an eye
A
out
little
if
bit
you're
of
watching on YouTube. But
right.
the overall week of desserts was fun. We had to, just introduce them. And if I may add, this is a great way to start off a pregame to my birthday tomorrow because I am
Yep.
stoked. And talking
Yep.
about dessert, what better
Yep.
way,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
knowing I'm going to be able to look forward to getting some dessert with you this weekend?
Yep. Yep. That's true. That is absolutely true. Let me know if you're coming to Laramie, please, because that'll be fun.
Okay.
I might take part of that little celebration, especially when it's a bunch of desserts.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not expecting to get any
Okay.
free desserts. It's not my birthday, but my point is, if you're going to do something like that, it'd be fun. Unless Tiff wants to make it all
Okay.
about y'all too tomorrow.
I don't think so, but that's more of a drive for you than it is me.
Yeah, what is that? About 2.5 hours for me?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how early you're going to get off of work too. I'm going to be here till about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning with meetings.
That's
We'll
when I'm
see.
thinking about getting off.
No, no kidding. Yeah, sounds fun.
Hmm.
But now you
I'll let you know.
did
I'll
you
let you
did
know.
more dessert. Where does the whatchamajigger
Oh, the
factory?
peach cobbler. Dang,
Yes.
it's like I forget about it. But yes, that peach cobbler it was a classic. It was delicious. It was something you get at grandma's house. I would put that at a solid 7. A solid 7. So it beats out voodoo, but it's under the custard and the parlor donuts.
It's so
And I
much. It's
haven't tried the cookie yet.
hard to remember.
So when I
Yeah.
try the peach cobbler factory, I'll let you know how that is probably next week.
Right on, brother. All right then. We'll wait for that.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, you're celebrating your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday and
Hmm.
congratulations on
Thank
another
you.
year. You're how old now?
The big
44?
2-7.
Oh dang.
Close.
Yeah.
I've definitely reached that point to where birthdays are kind of just a blur. You know, you just kind of go into it. I mean, they're still enjoyable, and I still like to make the best of them, especially because I utilize that as a great second cheat day almost. Like, oh, I can
Yeah.
100% just
Yeah.
enjoy the day
Yeah.
because I earned it, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for that.
Very, very good. And I could see that. It's funny because it wasn't that long ago when you were Lincoln size,
Crazy.
and birthdays were just about to start making sense to you, just starting to, become a thing like my birthday. Okay, we'll go with that, and then you started
The
looking forward
excitement
to it.
behind it, the anticipation.
Exactly. You started looking forward to them. Number three is a memorable birthday, right? You may or may not remember it because three you don't may not remember. However, around 4 or 5, you know, and then you're looking forward to them all week. You just can't wait for it to get
Hmm.
here.
And it only grows and grows, especially as
Yep.
you reach like kid and then a
Yep.
teenager. Once you
Yep.
hit those young adult or
Yep.
teenager years, phew, man, they're
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
Fun
And
times, fond memories.
yeah. And as a parent, you just look forward to just that they can't get here soon enough. You look forward to them so much because
Hmm.
you know that your child's looking forward to it. You know, it was so
Hmm.
fun. So I'm
You
hoping
enjoy it through them.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm hoping that it'll
I'm
be
learning that right
enjoyable.
now. This past Christmas was an eye opener.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, Lincoln, well, this was his first year of being able to experience Christmas
No.
and not be a baby baby. Well, he's still a baby baby, but he has some understanding and grasp of like opening and toys and excitement
Yes.
behind it. And
Yes.
so witnessing that was fun.
Yeah. He doesn't understand what it means to be a birthday present, but he understands a present very well,
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
and that's cool. Well, my brother, happy birthday! You're the day before your
Well,
birthday,
thank you.
but when this episode
Yeah.
airs, it's probably your birthday. You're going to be 4 days into being 27 years old. So, roughly, give or take, right? And that's cool. But yeah,
I completely agree. It's exciting. It's fun stuff. We really need to narrow our dessert talk down as of next week. You know, just give that little segment and then leave it at that. But this was a big one. We both
we're
had
not
some
going to have
serious
as
desserts
many
to
desserts
try.
to talk about, no
And
doubt. Yeah.
I know. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I might have some significant amount of desserts depending on if I get a bunch tomorrow for free and then you coming this weekend and I guess I'm gonna have a birthday party and so yeah, I might. Which I promise you guys, if you guys are still listening, I greatly appreciate it. If you've made it this far, well, first of all, let us know what your favorite desserts are, both in what Chris and I tried. If you guys were to get a dessert at the places we went to, what would you get? And if you have a dessert, throw it in the comments so we can go and try them out and experience them
Yes.
and let you know our opinions on your favorite dessert.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But we'll narrow down the amount of dessert talk, I promise, next weekend or next week. And yeah, it was a good one for my birthday. It was a good birthday, just dessert talk week. You know, just talking about the fun desserts to come, the fun desserts that we ate, and yeah, leave it on a birthday or a dessert hot take, if you will.
All right, let's do.
Got anything to wrap up first?
Well, if you're listening, it's very important to us that you are blessed. Enjoy your life.
I like that. That needs to become a reoccurring thing.
Yeah. Well, I like the way you've been ending our podcasts. So.
Well, it can be added, can be a part of it.
Okay. So it's important to us that you are blessed, and we hope that you...
Well, I forgot. You can't forget the hot take.
Okay, what is the hot take? You got a dessert hot take beyond what we've been talking about?
Well,
really?
I gotta end it on a hot take, dude. You know, it's becoming my thing, I guess.
Do it.
But
then just
I gotta end it on the
what
hot
I've already
take,
said.
and then we can sign out.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. Well, after what Chris was saying, the hot take for you guys, dessert related, of course. If you're not, oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. Some desserts are better than therapy and way cheaper. And that can be a good thing. There's my hot take. And remember, live life to the fullest.
Absolutely. That's perfect.